Yo, what's up guys, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel. So today, finally, I'm here to do my first listen to Lovelyz's 7th mini album titled Unforgettable. First of all, I'd like to apologize to you all who've been patiently waiting for this first listen, as well as many other first listens to other Willem artists as well as other artists. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's hard meeting these requests, and I just don't want to break promises, and here I am, and I love Lovelyz, and it's just been a rough year in 2020 and continuing to be so in 2021, and also the just balancing time between releases and my studies. I feel like doing MV reactions or variety reactions are much easier to do in terms of filming and editing compared to my first listens. As some you may know, I love analyzing music. I love dissecting B-side from B-side, whether it's from these B-sides are coming from a single album, a mini album, or a full album. I love doing it. So, and Willem artists in general too, of course. Lovelyz really dropped a bop and a half with Obliviate back in September of last year in 2020, and I only heard good things about this mini album, so here I am. Before we get into this, stay tuned. I'm just gonna say it again. Drippin', Rusu Jung, and Kim Sung Kyu first listens will be soon in this quarter of this year. Let's just get into it, shall we? Alright, Lovelyz's Unforgettable. This is the first track, the intro track, of course, as it is 46 seconds long. I do see, however, Stardust composing and arranging this intro track. Love to see it, the consistency, as I've seen from other producers, individual producers and teams for other artists who've done title tracks for other artists who also did their intros and such. Let's just get into it. Loving the magical start with like the chimes or something like that of Obliviate. Ooh. Loving the string instruments. And of course, the brass instruments in the back with the flute. What an intro track. I think it really sets the tone to this mini album, and of course really leads well into Lovelyz's title track Obliviate for this mini album, being how whimsical, magical, and dreamlike it is with the sounds that were introduced and instruments being introduced. Very orchestral, like of course hearing that timpani in the back, those percussion instruments added a lot. I love how they added Obliviate left and right and really arranged it like that, and I feel like this intro track is almost the same in terms of BPM as Obliviate, which is quite interesting. I'm sure that they've used this intro track for their performances already, or for a concert or so that they've done, but let's just get into the next track now, shall we? Alright, so this next track is titled Dream in a Dream. I am familiar with one of the names for this track, though, that I'm seeing behind the scenes is Jaeyoon. If you guys are not familiar with Jaeyoon has worked with Golden Child before in the past and has worked with Infinite off of my head. That's what I remember off my head, but let's just go. What a creepy but dark start. Yeah, and Interesting. The movement in this song is super fast, as well as the tempo, of course. Whoa. Oh. Wow. This is so oddly satisfying from what I'm hearing so far. What? And it picks up again. Bass guitar there. It's such an interesting breakdown how it slows down, but then it picks right up with K, right? The Oh my goodness! Ooh, the notes, the high notes. Where do I even start with this song, okay? Dream in a Dream. Something that I have never heard before in my entire life. And I'm completely fine by that and how oddly satisfying but weird it is, okay? Even though it is oddly satisfying and weird, I still appreciate and love this song in some manners, I'd have to say, in some ways. Okay, where do I even start? Let me address the elephant in the room right away. The high notes. Oh my goodness. How the song climaxes after it takes you on this gratifying journey and a half, I'd have to say, here and there and here and there, and it slows down and speeds back up rapidly, and it speeds back up in the chorus rapidly, and it just progresses and progresses with its fast-paced tempo and all the high notes. It was Baby Soul right into Ru Sujong. Like, whoo, those high notes were unreal. Such beautiful high notes by the two, I'd have to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I want to say before that, okay, I'm like, what an interesting start. And then this continues, and I'm like, wow, I don't know why it's so satisfying to hear the song slow down a bit like that and then pick right up again into the chorus. Like, seriously, I have never heard a song like this that is atmospheric but also takes me on a complete wild ride, on a journey. Of course, you have those atmospheric songs where so you either hear nature or you just so lost in it, but this keeps you engaged constantly, okay? And how the layers in this song were done is just so unusual. It sort of reminds me of a B-side by Wuju Sonya called Pantomime, how unusual structure it has in terms of how it's arranged and such. And it doesn't remind me entirely of Pantomime, but in terms of how everything was put together like that, yeah, if you like Dreaming the Dream, you'll certainly love Pantomime as well from Wuju Sonya. But this is never I've ever heard a song like this ever before, and especially by Lovelyz themselves. But I think they really work this song with the vocals and all, and I think the oh is oddly satisfying as well. To Wow, what a way to start off this mini album. Let's just get into the next B-side now. So this next B-side is titled Never Secret. I'm not familiar with any of the people behind the scenes for this song, so I'll be sure to search them up after if the song ends up being good. Let's go. Ooh, starting off with Sujong. Wow. I love how the song is so far majestic sounding. Oh my goodness. And their vocals are so beautiful in this one. Oh, the piano on the back there. But the constant synths in this, ooh. There's so much cosmic feels to it. Oh, that guitar in the back. But the emotion that they're singing from their hearts, they're just so good. Oh, we're switching up with Miju here. This is so beautiful. Yes, baby soul. and just how the instrumental gradually ends like that. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful track. What a beautiful song by Lovelyz. Seriously. One word. Majestic. I love how dreamlike this song is and majestic sounding this song is with their vocals. Jin really stood out to me in this song. And of course, Baby Soul doing her work, K as always. But this is what I love about Lovelyz. Their vocals just not only mesh so well together, but I just love how they just sing from their heart. They really do. And their vocal technique is one of a kind. One of a kind when they come out and project their vocals throughout any type of track, whether it's an upbeat track or a song that is slow in tempo. They really know how to do it. And Never Secret. I don't know. Like, I feel like this got me reminiscent of the Love Linus days when I remember that day when I was first listening to Circle. It sort of reminds me of that song by Lovelyz, but aside from that, this is a huge thing that Lovelyz can only really do themselves. There's only a few artists who can put out songs like this who that really hit deep down, you know what I'm saying? Those special tracks. Okay, it's been a while where I've listened to an album and go to a track that may be a ballad, a pop ballad, or a slower song and just hit me emotionally, okay? And that's the one huge thing that I'm missing in the K-pop scene is these type of songs being title tracks, right? Not so often we get those kind of very emotional, captivating, and beautiful songs like this, or songs that are pop ballads and such like this. But Never Secret is such a special song. It really is. And I can see myself listening to this particular track years on and years out, like I have been doing to other B-sides by Lovelyz, beautiful B-sides by Lovelyz that I have heard in the past. And Never Secret, wow. I'm in awe right now. I don't know what to say anymore. So beautiful, so majestic. I love how everything went it did. Love the bridge in the song. The melodies, beautiful. 10 out of 10. Oh, the melodies were 10 out of 10 in this one. Let's just get into the next B-side now. So this next track is titled Memories, and I am excited for this track as I see that E1 wrote the lyrics to this song, composed this song, as well as arranged this song. If you guys are not familiar with E1 by now, E1 has worked with Wooju Sonya a lot, has worked with Twice before, and as of recently has worked with 101 and has done one of my favorite songs by EXO, also known as Lucky, a B-side back in early EXO days. And I feel like E1 is really well known for his whimsical, very, I would say, space like tracks that are just straight up good. Okay, it's every time I listen to an E1 track, it's either good or spectacular. Okay, so let's just get into it. Whoa. Loving the reggae breakdown. You know, with the bass guitar, but oh, here we go. Momentum's picking up here. Oh. I love how elegantly Lovelyz are really delivering their lines and how beautiful they're doing it, but this is unlike anything I've heard from E1 with the reggae breakdown. Miju. Somewhat groovy too, right? Definitely groovy, these verses. And it picks up. And that droplet sound. Love how the movement of the song is so smooth and not too over the top. It's like so breathtaking with the synthwave take. That is going on. Oh. Jisoo and Miju there. Okay with K? Ooh. Yes, the background vocals in this. That was so good. This is, I feel like this, as I progress in this mini album with each and every track, this mini album only gets better, right? Does it get better after this on into the final track? I shall see myself, but memories. Where do I even start? Okay. So it's something unlike I've heard from E1, okay? It's definitely the style of E1 would do. It is definitely so up Lovelyz in terms of a style, so up that alley and that avenue. But how it has this sort of reggae but somewhat gritty breakdown was quite interesting, okay? And then mixed with that and synthwave is just, I can't believe that just happened, you know what I'm saying? I have yet to hear a song have a mix of reggae and synthwave genre as I have heard other tracks mixed with 4 different genres, 3 different genres, but I have never heard a mix like this before, and it's beautiful. Okay, first time hearing a mix like this before, and how the structure of this song, wow, it was structured in such a cleanly manner, I'd have to say. I really do. Okay, this is what I said. When it comes down to E1 just delivers great tracks or outstanding tracks. Does not miss, but powered with Lovelyz here, ooh, this is on another level, I'm telling you. I really loved K's parts in this song, My Bias, in case y'all didn't know. But I feel like Baby Soul always delivers. Of course, Miju has her moments, but this is another song that showcases Lovelyz vocals very well at the same time, okay? Lovelyz is also one of the few groups out there in the scene who could really harmonize well, okay? Their harmonization is just on another level, Let's just get into the final track and then I'll wrap things up. Alright, so here is the final track titled Worry Dolls. It's sad to see that I am on the final track for this 7th mini album, but I am curious how this is gonna go as I see Code 9 behind the scenes for this B-side. If you guys are not familiar with Code 9, Code 9 has worked with Rocket Punch, with Wiki Mickey, with Astro, has worked on Tag Me by Weekly, okay? A ton of amazing hits, regardless if it's a title track or B-side. Code 9 always delivers, and I'm sure this song will deliver as well. Whether this is upbeat or slow in tempo, I shall see. Let's go. Oh, loving the start with the acoustic guitar. Oh, this is definitely a slower track. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Jisoo. Just with the acoustic guitar. And how this song is going with their vocals right now. I'm getting so much nostalgic feels from this. All the string instruments in the back. Wow. Ooh, the electric guitar too. Woo! Some riffs. Where's this going though? 찾아요. Sing it, Kay. Woo! What a way to end this mini album. Worry Dolls. Worry Dolls, everyone. I love how Lovelyz rocked this. Literally rocked this. This is a rock ballad by Lovelyz. Wow. An acoustic, to be specific, an acoustic rock ballad by Lovelyz. If you couldn't tell, Worry Dolls has to be one of my top favorite B-sides on this mini album. And after this first listen, this mini album has to be the best mini album that Lovelyz has done to date. Or up there in the top 3. I'm pretty sure you who have been raving about this mini album can agree to that. But let me talk more about Worry Dolls, okay? I love how this song overwhelms me with all the nostalgic feelings of reminiscing of the past and all that stuff. The Chao Jayo just, it hits. That line really hits, you know, the good night and such like that. This is another track that showcases Lovelyz vocals so beautifully in the right way. Okay, I have heard many ballads in my life, and I've said this before. If you didn't know already, I'm a sucker for ballads. Okay, I love me my OSTs. I love me my all sorts of ballads, whether it's a pop ballad, a regular ballad, an acoustic rock ballad. I'm all for it. But I've heard so much where I'm like, oh, I get so sick of the structure and how everything's arranged and how everything's put out. You can predict where the high notes are gonna go. You can predict what's gonna happen next. Sort of like a K-drama, you know what I'm saying, or in a movie. But for this song, I love how it has that electric guitar instrumental break to it, okay? And not just for a brief moment, a good portion of the song. Really, I can just be so lost in the electric guitar and the riffs there. But then they bring back the acoustic guitar, the bit of piano here and there with Lovelyz vocals. It's everything. It is everything, okay? No one can tell me otherwise. Worry Dolls might be my number 1 or number 2 track, okay? So let me just wrap things up now. For this 7th mini album, Worry Dolls is either number 1 or 2 in terms of B-side. Obviously, Obliviate is number 1 on this mini album, but for me, when it comes to the B-sides, Worry Dolls is either 1 or 2, tied with Memories. I would say Memory, it would be tied with Memories or Never Secret. Okay, upon first listen, it's hard for me to have a set favorite immediately unless it's obvious. Unless it gets way more obvious than now with Worry Dolls. I don't know, but I think all the B-sides really stood out on this. And this was definitely one of the best mini albums to come out in back in 2020, I'd have to say. Now I'm so frustrated that I delayed this first listen. I could have been streaming these B-sides, the entire mini album, to be honest, from start to finish, even including the intro track, okay? Let me talk about it. I love how the B-sides were laid out in this mini album. Like, sure, you put the slower songs near the end and then or at the end, but it just works out so perfectly. The fact that I'm hearing jam after jam in that succession is surreal. Not so often I listen to an album and I'm like, every single B-side is good. Every single song is good. And in this case, every single B-side is good. However, I do have B-sides that stand out to me, of course. I do have my personal bias and favorites, obviously. And it just works so well how it starts with Unforgettable. It works with Obliviate. Okay. It goes Dream in a Dream. Very unusual. I have not heard a song like that arranged like that and put out like that. Then you get into Never Secret, okay? Never Secret. Oh, I love how it is so Lovelyz. And then we go into Memories. Mix of reggae, mixed with synthwave. What a track that E1 gave to Lovelyz. And then going into Worried Dolls, the finisher with the electric guitar and just their vocals really shining and gleaming. So good. What a first listen, everyone. I'm definitely gonna be streaming majority of these songs, just saying. And let me know if you had any favorites on this mini album. I feel like Lovelyz only continues to do so. They always work the orchestral instruments. They seem to work genres that are trending as well. Cough, cough, nudge, nudge, blah, blah, blah. Synthwave mixed with reggae, of course. And as well as other sounds that I have not heard from Lovelyz before. This was such a special first listen and definitely gonna be a memorable one for sure on my channel here. And yeah, be sure to like, share, and maybe subscribe if you enjoyed this first listen, my first listen to Lovelyz's 7th mini album titled Unforgettable. Wow, the titling of it really speaks for itself. Have a great day, have a good night, have a good afternoon wherever you are. Stay tuned for my other first listens in the future if you enjoyed this. And yeah, peace.